Now I'm 17 and I wind up being shipped to the highest level facility there is in the state. The first thing that happens when you get to prison is the feeling out process. Everybody wants to know who you are. What do you stand for? Will you stand for yourself? And what side of the lines will you come down on? Because there's lines everywhere in prison. So at this point, I'm still angry. I'm a young kid. I'm blaming my mother for putting me out. I'm blaming my family for the upbringing that I had. I'm blaming my lawyers for not doing a great job. I'm blaming the courts for screwing me and sending me to prison for the rest of my life when I didn't feel like I deserved it. I'm playing the victim. It's everybody's fault but mine. And now I'm in this situation where I'm with full-on adults, men who have been doing this for a while, men who grew up in this particular life. Because the thing you have to understand about me is I wasn't a street kid. I was a kid who wound up in the streets. Previous videos, you've heard me talk about getting into county jail and the diagnostic facility and winding up in fights. That's not because I'm some badass. That's not because I was running around with my chest puffed out, daring people to test me. I was a kid that in high school, I was bullied. Months just before I came to prison, I was bullied. So I walked into prison with, I don't want to say low self-esteem. I had none. I had no self-confidence. And my attitude walking in there was avoidance. I wasn't looking for trouble. I wasn't looking to get in fights. I was looking to avoid every conflict that I could possible, to try to think my way through any situation and outsmart anybody that I wound up with. So now I'm being put here and the anger is there. The anger is very present. Now, I can't say that I was starting to be assimilated by prison. It was more I was starting to assimilate myself. I have to be here. I have to survive. So this is what I have to do. So then I started to get the prison mentality, looking at people for what they were in prison for, judging them for their cases. What did you do? Oh, you did that? Don't talk to me. Matter of fact, I don't want you anywhere around me. Being repulsive to those people that lived a lifestyle or committed crimes that I didn't agree with. And that lasted with me for a while. It took me quite a while to reach a point where I was able to look at myself and say, there's nobody else's fault. It's yours. When I got to that point, to be able to honestly tell myself, you're responsible for your actions. I wouldn't be in this position to have had a judge have to sit on my case, lawyers have to represent me, if I hadn't been the dumbass to do the stupid thing and leave myself in a position that I knew I didn't want to be in. That was the time for me that brought about change. That's when I became the man that I am now.